Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Jasmine Johannes. If you like and enjoy this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and share this video. So in today's video, we're going to be reacting again to one of my favorite politicians ever. It's Senator John Kennedy. I don't know, for some reason, I know a lot of people find him to be very funny, and he is, by the way he delivers his message and everything. But I also find that while he's being funny, he's also, delivering a lot of point and making a lot of sense in some of the things that he shares and discuss. I particularly like watching his Senate hearing, the way he questions these people. It's always an eye-opener for me. It really helps me see and understand how some of these people actually think and how they really view things. It's just funny how sometimes you get a lot of answers out of people without them willingly giving it to you, because it's a lot more of what they're not saying instead of what they're saying. So anyway, without any further comment, let's get into this video. So if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and share this video, and please join the movement. All right, let's watch the video together.
Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for being here today. Professor Goodwin, help me understand your point of view. I think this is a yes or no question. Do you support it being legal to abort an unborn child up to the moment of birth?
Senator Kennedy, it is not a yes or no question. I support women like Ms. Zarowski.
You gotta be kidding me. It is a yes or no question.
I think it is a yes or no question.
No, well,
It is.
If there were a law that's, I'm just trying to understand your perspective, and I'm not accusing you of this.
Of course
but,
not.
But people sort of talk around this issue. If there were a bill that said that a woman has an unfettered right to abort an unborn baby for any reason up to the moment of birth, would you vote yes or would you vote no?
Senator Kennedy, I refuse to be shackled by your question. What I have answered is that
This is crazy to me. First of all, it is a yes or no question. It is that simple. Is yes, I believe in it, or no, I don't believe in it. It's not that complicated. Anybody with a brain can answer that question. It is a yes or no question. But you see how these people, they never can really come out and tell you exactly how they feel about certain things. I don't know why. It might be a conscious issue for them. Maybe deep down they feel like, yeah, something like that shouldn't be done, because as human beings, we were born with the ability to know right from wrong. That's a gift that was given to us by God. We do have a conscience, and we do have the biblical laws written in our hearts. Even if you've never, I'm talking from a Christian point of view, since I'm a Christian. Even if you didn't never touch a Bible, you never knew about God, but for some reason there's something in you that will tell you, if you kill another individual, that it is wrong. No matter what you believe, no matter where you're from, I would say it is a universal perspective to feel that if you kill another human being, that it is wrong, even if you didn't believe in God or didn't even believe in any kind of higher power. That's what I believe. And interestingly, it might have flied past a lot of people, but I noticed that she used the word shackled. What is the connection there of him asking you a direct question and for you to throw that word in there? Especially in this climate, the way people feel about, race relations, black versus white and white versus black. It's like, this is a white man, an old white man at that, asking you a question, and you being a black woman, and your answer is, I refuse to be shackled. Like, imagine the level of intellectual gymnastic these people are able to play when they don't want to answer a question. Let's keep watching.
Are conditions that occur
you don't know
during
whether
pregnancy.
You would vote yes or no?
There are conditions during pregnancy that mean after 10 weeks,
no,
14 weeks,
I said
20 weeks,
discretion.
24 weeks,
you
conditions
you
such
would
as Miss
support,
Zarowski.
You're here advocating.
I would support her life.
I
would support her
too,
personhood.
But you're advocating a law.
I support her personhood.
You're advocating a law that says that an unborn baby can be aborted up to the moment of birth for any reason, are you not?
Let me clarify what the 14th Amendment says in the first sentence, that citizens of this United States are individuals that are born. That is what our Constitution says.
But why won't you answer my question, Professor?
Okay, there you go. You got your answer, Senator Kennedy. I don't know if you realize she just told you that the Constitution only recognized people that are born. So I guess, yeah, she will support a baby being aborted at 9 months. It doesn't matter because that baby hasn't been born yet. So you got your answer. There it is. That's what she believes, whether she tells you yes or no by you asking, but you got your answer. It's right there in that line. If you're not born and alive, the Constitution, according to her, doesn't recognize you as a human being. I guess you don't have the right to exist, if that's the case. This is something that's really personal to me because I am a mom, and I will never forget when I got pregnant. I was living in New York at the time, and in Brooklyn to be specific, and I went to a clinic to do a pregnancy. I had done the pregnancy test. I knew that I was pregnant, but I decided to go and have it done again. And I never ever forget the first conversation I had with someone from that clinic. The first thing she told me was, you don't have to keep the baby. And I was 35 at the time. That was my first pregnancy. And even though it was a challenging time for me, but it never crossed my mind, not even 1 second, to get rid of my child. And that's the first thing she said to me. You don't have to keep the baby if you don't want to. And she told me that they would allocate money for me to have an abortion. And I laughed. I remember that like it was yesterday. I laughed, and she said, "Why are you laughing? You don't have to make a decision now, you can go home and think about it." And I say to myself, why couldn't you tell me that you could allocate money for me to financially support my pregnancy? That was not an option. If it were, she never mentioned that to me. I remember it as clear as day. That's the one and only option she gave me in that moment. That without me asking her, I didn't even say anything. We sat down to have a conversation. She was giving me paperwork to know who was the social worker at that place, and I guess how to proceed, finding out that I was pregnant. And yeah, that's what she said to me. You don't have to keep the baby if you don't want to. I will never forget that day. So this is very personal to me.
I'm not trying to argue. I just want to understand what your position is, and I think you're afraid to say that you do support that. If you do support it, I think
you ought to tell.
Just for the purpose of a
Tell us what
intellectual
you
discussion,
really
you ought to just say
think.
so.
Yep.
For purposes of an intellectual discussion, I'm happy to have that with you. But
Well,
that's
then,
not the tone.
could you answer my question? Do you support, please? I mean, you teach. Okay, I'm sure you've had students ask this question. Do you support making it legal to abort an unborn baby for any reason, up to the moment before birth?
Senator, let's have that intellectual discussion.
Yeah, let's have it.
We could start if you'd answer my question. I can't go to my next question until you answer that question.
I want you to be able to go to your second
good.
and your
Answer
third
it for
questions.
me.
I do. But as I have explained, there are many different conditions.
No, I said
during
unfettered
a
discretion. No conditions. I'm making it easy for you.
Well, I've already shared with you, Senator, that I
I get
support
it.
women's
I don't want to use
personal-
all my time. You're not going
And
to
I
answer
support
it.
Ms.
And I
Of
think
course
you're
she's
right,
not
but
going to
I
answer.
would respect you more if you just say, here's
I'm
my
sorry
answer.
that you don't respect
I
me
do
very
respect
much.
you,
And
but
they-
I said I'd respect you more if you just answer my question.
They love
Doctor-
playing mind games.
Tell me how to say your last name. Ms. Dr. Rubenhorst, do you support a law that would allow, for any reason, unfettered discretion, the abortion of an unborn child up until the moment of birth?
No.
You don't. Dr. Verma?
Senator Kennedy, so I'm the one doctor in this room that does provide abortion care, and I can tell you that does
Wow.
not reflect the reality of
No,
abortion
I
care.
understand. I'm just asking a question.
It simply doesn't
But
happen.
do you support it? There are bills before Congress that will allow that to happen.
That's
You don't support it, or are you going to be not
again,
answer my question?
As the doctor in this room who does provide abortion care, that is not how abortion care in this country works. It's a hypothetical that does a
But
disservice
if a
to our
patient came to you
patient.
and said, I'm going to probably have a baby this week and I've changed my mind, and I would like you, doctor, to abort the child, would you do it?
That is not how abortion care in
But
this
if,
country
but
It's
if
a
works.
patient
question,
did,
though.
would you do it?
My job as a doctor is to look at each individual situation.
She would
I'm
do it.
sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I can tell neither you nor the press
Yeah,
professor
they're not
will
gonna answer
my
your question.
I
I have
think
nev-
you both have an opinion, and I don't understand why you won't share it.
I
We're
have
going to solve this
provided-
problem.
I've
Doctor-
provided care for a
doctor,
few
how
years
about
and I've
you?
never
Could you-
seen that situation.
How about you, Doc? Would you?
Do not support unfettered abortion, and I would like to point out that if a woman did have a life-threatening condition in pregnancy past approximately 22 weeks, that baby can be delivered alive by induction or C-section, and we can try to save that baby. The intent of abortion is a dead baby, and that is not necessary in that situation.
I mean, I want you to all understand where I'm coming from. This is a tough issue. And it's a tough issue because there's some tough questions we've got to answer. And when you won't answer the questions, when you're invited by my Democratic friends, the majority, and you won't answer the most fundamental question, we've got a bill in front of us that will basically say a woman has the unfettered right to abort at any time for any reason up to the moment of birth. And that's a gut check issue. And I would expect you as experts to answer that truthfully, how you do it. Thank you for your indulgence, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Ossoff?
Whew, I think we're gonna stop the video there. I don't know what was coming next, but that's not important to me. I often ask myself this question: how did we get here? And regardless of how you feel about it, you feel like, oh, it should be pro-choice, that women should have the right to have an abortion or not because they have the right to their bodies. That's your opinion, and I'm not gonna argue against that. But as a Christian, as someone who actually know that God is the ultimate giver of life, and that life and itself is a gift from God, it is hard for me to imagine that the pure soul of us all have to be argued against even before they actually even touch this this physical world, that people are making decisions to literally sacrifice them, because whether we like it or not, that's what abortion is. It is a sacrifice. It is really hard for me to imagine that, and it is something that is extremely triggering for me. And every time I look at my son and I think about what this lady said to me, it hurts. It hurts my core to think that this beautiful boy might not have been here today, because that was the choice I was given without even asking for it. And it's so easy for people to even say that without any fear, without any compassion, a lot of times. And I'm not trying to condemn anybody or judge anybody for their decisions, because I know for a lot of women it is a hard decision to take, and some people regret it for the rest of their lives, and some people grieve it for the rest of their lives. I know that, and everybody's circumstances are different. But the issue is, the experts, the people in power that are actually pushing that issue, instead of encouraging people, to choose life. That's the big issue for me. So let me know how you feel about abortion. Do you support it? Do you not support it? Do you think there should be a term limit? Do you think that, a baby is not a human being until the time of birth? Or do you believe that at conception it is a human being? Which is what I believe, because the Bible says before he knew me, he actually made plan for me. Before I was born, God already knew who I was, and he had already made plans for my life. And abortion is against what the Bible recommends. It's against what God plans is for man, because we know that the Bible says you shall not kill. And I'm not trying to preach to anybody, but this is an issue to me that is very hard for me to understand, because I can never ever support not protecting the purest of us all, the babies, because they are a reflection of innocence, and believe it or not, every child is a gift from God. And I can tell you that from experience, because my son literally changed my life, and it is a great gift that I would wish every woman would experience. But I understand it is not for everybody. But bringing a life into this world, it is definitely the biggest accomplishment of any woman. It is the biggest blessing that you will ever experience. So let me guys know what you think in the comment. Do you support it? Do you not support it? Do you agree with what she said? Do you not agree? Did you read between the lines of what she didn't say that actually define and answer the question? So let me guys know what you think, and please like, share, and support this channel. I will see you guys on the next video. Stay safe and God bless. Bye bye.